Time to check in on the markets with business editor Ticky Fullerton. Ticky, how did the market react to the GDP numbers?
Kieran, hello. Well, very interesting. GDP for the quarter, for the March quarter, of course, out down 0.3%. There was some thought that it might still stay positive, but obviously down. And yes, we are in that technical recession. It takes our annual growth to now 1.4%. Market, well, as you can see from this graph here, it's a really interesting one over the last 10 years by quarter. And you can see the last time we dipped was like this was about 2011. So this was quite a dramatic fall in that context. But, you know, the market sees this as, I think, really quite baked in. Even if it had been a positive number today, I think we all acknowledge that for all intents and purposes, we are in a recession when it comes to things like unemployment. And so the market actually was up about 0.8% after the announcement was made and finished up 1.8%. And really interestingly, the Australian dollar, which was pretty firm and pretty high at 69 US cents, stayed that way to right now. So you can see, and that's of course not helping Philip Lowe at the RBA, because he'd like to see a much lower Australian dollar in terms of our exports. But you can see the market has, I think, baked this in. It's far more concerned looking forward to how the next quarter, particularly the September quarter, will be handled.
And Ticky, something you discussed when we were having a chat earlier around the national accounts is that the business and consumer confidence will be key in the recovery phase.
Well, exactly, and you've just seen your conversation with Jennifer Westacott, who really stands for business in Australia, and how concerned she is about getting that right. Now, a crucial part of this in the short term will be what the government does with JobKeeper and JobSeeker, and how that translates. Now, the Treasurer announced today that actually he was going to look at changes to the wage subsidy in July. So he sees that as sort of a halfway point to see what changes that could be made. I thought that was very interesting news today. They have got to do something. Jennifer Westacott called it a tapering, didn't she, rather than a hard stop. So that's a very, very important thing. And all this other sort of reformist talk and abolition of red tape, most importantly, COAG, and to be replaced by the National Cabinet. I think you're really going to see, the treasurers like Pallas and Perrottet really start driving some interesting reforms, as well as the IR. So I think there are signs of ways we can look confidently, but it's all about, retail sector, consumer confidence as well.
Yeah, 100%. Ticky, thanks as always. We'll catch you tomorrow.